Jack Doherty found out why I need to never wear a $300,000 chain. Well, because someone will literally rob you for it? Or is this a trick question?
Jack Doherty just found out why you should never wear a $300,000 chain, as he was just robbed, as it seems like no one cares, which is actually kind of shocking, because when a creator this size gets robbed, especially for the amount he was robbed for, I would expect to see a lot more coverage of this, and maybe some sympathy towards him, but instead, most people are just dropping the Michael Jordan kissing his champion trophy gifts. So, Jack Doherty really needs to be studied on how unlikable he is.
Can I just remind everyone that he sped on a highway driving a car, and he managed to basically hurt no one, thankfully, but his side passenger. He could have killed someone. That's why people don't care about what he's done to himself at this point.
Very few people get robbed and then have the entire internet celebrating. But to make things extremely clear, I am in no way happy to see this, nor do I want to see this happen to anyone. It should be very obvious that no one wants to live in a society where people get robbed. Although, there are plenty of things that Jack could have done here to avoid being a target, like not wearing $300,000 worth of diamonds around your neck in Los Angeles, a city where, you know, seemingly a new jewelry store is broken into every week at this point. But I mean, even considering the location, I don't think it's ever smart to put the value—
I don't think it's smart doing that anywhere, period. What the fuck are we talking about? Why do you need to have a $300,000 chain around your neck everywhere you go?
A small family house around your neck. So what happened? Well, Jack was in LA, and the only thing I knew that Jack did was he went to a No Jumper interview, and then the day after he decided to extend his stay in LA, and then he went to Rodeo Drive to, I guess, shop. And this is where the disaster struck him.
Guys, I just got robbed. I just got robbed on Rodeo Drive. 4 armed guys hopped out of their car, ripped both my chains off my neck.
I mean, this situation is already very similar to the McLaren incident, because as soon as the disaster happens,
I live stream my life, and then I wonder why I get targeted. Boo.
Instantly goes live. He goes live before he even notifies his family.
I think that was a setup, bro. So how many? That was a setup.
So how many people? Can we just hold off on this, because we got some.
Immediately has to film himself. What a dickhead.
I don't even know what the happened. Like, help me talk, bro. I'm in shock. Nah, they're with me.
The police are stuck in the shop.
Sir, they're with me. Okay.
It was 4 males. I assume it was 4 males. 1 stayed in the car. 3
This guy got robbed and he's taking pictures? He's posing for pictures? Sometimes I really, really do think you get what you fucking deserve.
I mean, even after he's robbed, he's taking pictures with people.
That's
I mean, dude's probably having the worst
crazy.
day of his life, but still forcing a smile for a photo.
It was 2 diamond chains, like $300,000.
They touch you?
Yes. Bleeding.
You need fire? Alright, just make sure nobody else touch you. We have prime left and left swap. What's the value?
In broad daylight in LA, why am I not surprised?
Like 300K?
I mean, $300,000 just to go shopping? Why are you peacocking like that? Why do you feel the need to do that? Like, I can somewhat understand the expensive watch for the right place and the right time, but I don't think it's ever a good idea to be roaming around LA with a 6-figure watch and a $300,000 diamond necklace. That's just terrible situational awareness. Bank robbers, on average, they get away with about $5,000, which I was actually surprised of that stat. I thought it would be way larger than that. But
I do have to wonder about one thing, though. How do you sell off a chain like that? As a robber, you know?
Guys risking that much for $5 grand, and you know for sure a bank is way harder to rob than Jack Doherty here on Rodeo Drive. Because let's be real, the only thing defending Jack here is an out-of-shape bodyguard, because the last bodyguard he had got him into legal trouble. So I guess you got a new one, and this new one is probably already fed up with it, because who wouldn't be? Also, let's be real, I don't think he signed up for that. He signed up to defend Jack when he eggs someone on the street or something like that, and then, you know, has to back them off. Or
they dismantle
some
it?
TikTok person harassing him. That's essentially what I would assume they sign up for. Not 4 armed gunmen blitzkrieging Jack. I feel like that's a little bit much for one bodyguard who's not even armed to handle. So overall, just terrible risk assessment on Jack Doherty here.
I mean, after this, I genuinely think he's just really, really stupid. Some people just get lucky in life, and it really does show. Nobody taught him, like, hey, maybe you shouldn't go to LA and flex your fucking stupid necklace. After this, I always think that he's doing this on purpose for Clout, like, before this. It was probably insured. We don't know that. I kind of doubt it. He doesn't seem like the guy that would do that. I thought he was doing this for Clout, you know, so like crashing cars and shit.
Blaming his security guard. He's like, why would you let that happen? It's like, dude, what is he gonna do? Apparently he tackled one, but there's 3 others with guns. Like, dude, you broadcasted one large game of capture the flag with $300,000 worth of diamonds around your neck as a reward to any criminal in LA, and you live stream your current location. Then on top of that, they can clearly see that you only have 1 bodyguard here. And again, I never want to see anyone get robbed, but this is just ridiculously reckless on his part. And then on top of that, I wouldn't be surprised if the dudes who robbed him get less time than Vitaly in the Philippines when their crimes aren't even comparable.
And the guy was crying about also not making any money before this as well, chat. We watched an entire video where his girlfriend, like, dumped him or something, and he was like, I'm not even making the money that we used to have anymore. So you go out and get your fucking jewelry stolen.
But he starts explaining what happens here.
It literally happened right there.
And what, you ran?
Yeah, give us a play
I don't get it.
What happened? Yeah.
Bro, that was a setup for sure, bro. It was perfect. I walk out and they're right there, bro. Like, they walk out and they immediately hop out the
No shit, Sherlock.
And, like, they just, all 3 or 4 of them just tackling me to the ground. It's insane. Like, I don't even know what happened. What even happened? Like, I didn't even see what happened. It all happened so fast. Did they just pin me against the wall?
Can I speak to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna separate you from everyone just like to get your information and everything. I understand.
That is a complete nightmare scenario. But apparently, he didn't remember what the people robbed him looked like. How would you not be able to remember what they look like? Okay, so I guess everyone's trauma responses or just like fear responses work differently. I had a scary moment where I was in a CVS and it got robbed. They had guns. I was there with my family, and I was like only probably 4 feet away from one of the robbers at the time. And I saw behind the robber was my family. So I just kind of froze up and slowly started walking because he clearly was not there to rob people. He was just...
You guys think it's insurance fraud? Again, I've never heard of people doing insurance fraud. Like, I don't know how it works. How could he not rely on this guy to give accurate testimony? Well, again, it's like Itozi's explaining. Sometimes you just don't remember stuff like that. But at the same time, this guy would be scummy enough to do this. We don't know.
Trying to get whatever you can get from CVS. So I just kind of walked, grabbed my family, and I've been to the store plenty of times, so I knew where the back door was. So we just walked into the back door, and then I closed the back door, and then I stood behind that metal door, and then we called 911. But I can also list from head to toe exactly what that person was wearing, his height, everything about that person.
He's poor.
So, not to randomly trauma dump on you guys. Not that it actually was trauma. Obviously, it was scary at the time, but thankfully nothing happened. So it was nothing really to worry about. Damn, okay. Well, that just...
I wouldn't dismiss the insurance fraud thing just because he was complaining about not having any money.
Remind me of that. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
All of them were the all from the or is there one that you remember like vividly? It's okay if you don't remember all of them.
I don't really remember it. I don't have to think back.
But you just remember way back closely.
So after the questioning, he continues where he left off by telling the story.
Dude, he was chasing me around the road.
Why is he... Oh, they took his shirt for evidence. I was like, why did he take off his shirt? And I was like, oh, he took it.
My watch off.
I was like, there's no way, man.
Yeah, it's like, and I don't know which way to go, bro. Because if I go too far away, he's gonna just get me alone, and I have a broken collarbone, so I can't even fight this guy.
I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but why does he look like 30 and 15 at the same time? I can't describe it.
And bro, I just didn't want to lose my Richard Hill. I lost both my chains, bro. It's so sad.
I am surprised he was not worried about his life here or his girl's life, as they were just charged by 4 armed gunmen.
Sure.
Like, come on, screw the materialistic crap. That's replaceable. Why are you worried about that?
They said Timu McKinley set you up, bro. They got the job from her. Is that true?
I looked suspected that at first.
That was my piece.
I took her phone. I checked it. I said, "Yo, this guy hacked it." I was like, "What the? I'm sorry." Like, I don't know. You're in a case, you're in a day. You never know.
Should have been 580.
What?
It should have been like a 480 with the Richard.
Bro, he was chasing me around. I was not letting it go. He had a gun to me, and I was like, "Nah."
Why does he look sunburned? Is LA really that hot?
Taking this watch. I'll die for this. I should have gotten insurance. What was I doing? I gotta calm down. The cops are gonna think I'm crazy.
Dude, he's flexing in front of this girl, man.
Anyone with a $300,000 house would have it insured. I don't know what he was thinking with having $300,000 worth of jewelry not insured. And I was interested in seeing what that would cost. And that would apparently be...
Okay, that dismisses the insurance fraud thing then, chat. Yeah, that's so funny, dude.
Anywhere from $300 to $600 a month to insure it. As the industry standard for jewelry like that would be between 1% and 2% of the assessed value of the jewelry. And the 1% to 2% is for the annual cost. But obviously, he continues to marinate in what happened.
Can this all be over now? Like, for real, what is happening?
Bro, you did ask, like...
Dude, stop touching your hair! Jesus!
He's allowing everyone. Hey, can I sue for this or no? Who can I sue for this?
Yeah, the only people who could sue here would probably be the robbers. That's about it.
I actually live here. I'm not a fake street location.
It's fucking LA, man.
Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Hey, my daddy owns this street, pal. Yeah,
My daddy?
Okay, dude. Jack has really made it an art form to just come up with the least likable thing to say at all times.
Wait.
He's such a dickhead.
Oh, what do you think happened, man? So I lost my neck aura. It's all gone. 300 grand down the drain. This is worse than McLaren crash.
Well, I mean, here he didn't endanger other people.
This is worse than the McLaren crash where he could have died. Yeah, that makes sense, chat. 100, chat. Yeah, it's definitely worse. No, it was not a Lamborghini, it was a McLaren, and he completely totaled it and almost got himself killed and other people killed.
People's lives, he just lost a diamond necklace. But I guess he feels that way because the McLaren incident, that was in his hands, while here he had zero control, other than choosing to wear $300,000 worth of diamonds that day. But he finally gave us the full story without being interrupted here.
Yeah, tell us what happened. So when you went to the
I'm
ground...
like pinned up against the wall, me and like I get pinned up against the wall like this, and I see my chains right there in this guy's hand, and I'm being pushed like this. Some other guy's going at my watch, and I'm like trying to fight him off, and then
so 4 dudes they pushed against the wall like instantly, and just one took your chain.
Somehow,
chat, he's shirtless because they took the shirt for DNA evidence, chat. 4 big guys. One of his friends could have probably given him a jacket, and he's just like, guys, I need to tell this story while I'm fucking shirtless, though.
Like, one's holding you. Like, we're all here, like 5 of us right here, or 6 of us right here, me, Dave, Christy, and the 4 guys. And then next thing I know, Dave and 2 of the guys are there, and then one of the guys chasing me around the street trying to get my watch off.
You went fully across the street.
And then the other guy's like, nah, we got the chains. And then the other guy stopped chasing me. Jack Doherty. Jack Doherty's cooked, all right?
I mean, thankfully no one got hurt, as this is, again, a nightmare situation for anyone. But he calls his dad finally, and his dad states the obvious.
Did you run all the way across the street?
I ran there, then I was like, if I go there, it's just me and him. So I was like, I have to come back.
And then what his boy said, oh, we got to change the name.
Yeah,
He turned around
and yelled and they hopped in the car.
Yeah, so hopefully that's a tough lesson. I mean, you can't advertise all your money, all your jewelry. You gotta stop that. I would. My kids gonna make a film that it's costing over $50,000.
All right, Dad, I'm live right now, Dad. Like,
Dad, I'm live right now.
I don't know that.
At least his dad tried to share some common sense with him. And his dad isn't the only one. Even his friend was trying to tell him this before the robbery actually happened.
It didn't even break the seal, did it? Like even close?
Nah, but the chains were like instant, like, cause he just got it.
It came off just right away.
It almost took me to the ground with him, bro. He took it off.
If you were in your
Oh, they're
hoodie
swabbing
too,
her,
I
huh?
would have never even seen them shits. Michael literally said, "Tuck your chains" as we were getting in the Range Rover.
So stupid.
And then he
man.
reconfirmed the chains were not insured.
Robert's probably watching a stream right now.
Yeah, what do you have to say to him?
Like, you have them insured now.
Then finally they got the bodyguard to share his perspective.
They pulled up, I heard the tires screeching, I was standing right here. I heard the tires screeching, I looked to my left and I see everybody hop out. And I tried
Damn, he's a bodyguard? That's strong.
But I just remember tackling one guy, and the guy you were talking about, I had him with my left hand. And I seen the gun, and I had to hold it.
I've seen LA shootouts with less police response. You know what's weird is that this is like in a relatively wealthy area in LA, isn't it? Rodeo Street. Yeah, the bodyguard was on it. I mean, they had guns, to be fair. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I thought so. It's like where, you know, you have all your luxury, like, shops and stuff. And he's out there flexing with this $300,000 jewelry.
Oh, I had to drop that.
Damn, bro.
Damn,
And they also managed to somehow get a little peek of the security cam footage, but it's hard to really make anything out of it as Jack's friend was filming off of the phone they were using to show the cops of the security footage.
Oh. Classic LA, dude. Classic LA.
You see him get out.
Like, yeah, you can see some of it. It just looks like we're watching Minecraft.
That's
You
wild,
see him
bro.
hop out of the car and start running.
So, can't really see much here, but it definitely confirms that
2008 YouTube
if there's
moment.
a lesson here, don't walk around with $300,000 worth of diamonds around your neck, especially if it's not insured. But let's be real, there is no need to ever peacock like that. And I'm also now on TikTok as a Tozy with the 2 underscores because someone took my original name ages ago. Obviously, YouTube will always be my main platform. I'm just posting some edited versions of my YouTube videos.
Could this be staged? No, because he said that first initially chat said this could be an insurance fraud thing, but he said it's not insured, so why would he stage it? And they had guns. Like, if those guys had been arrested, then those guys go to jail. You know what I'm saying? A media stunt, guys, come on, be realistic. Be realistic, man. The guys are publicity. Guys, why the fuck would you risk having real guns? They have evidence of the guns. Like, really? We're gonna argue this? They didn't even tackle him like bare bones, like 4v1. They had guns with them, like, and then the police could have stopped them and arrested them. Yeah, I feel like
onto TikTok because
like
a bunch of you guys started
fake.
sending me TikToks of my videos re-uploaded on TikTok.
You can get arrested
with
for
millions
fake
of
guns
views.
too.
So clearly there's a demand for my content over there as well. So hey, if you have a TikTok account, click the link in the description down below and also go follow me there. But other than that, we're now back to daily uploads, hopefully, because I've been sick with pollen allergies, but it's...
Me too!
Seems like my symptoms are starting to chill out a little bit. So hopefully I'll see you in
Pollen's
another
fucking
video
strong,
tomorrow.
man.
Peace.
Ugh. Yo, thank you, A to Z. That was a funny little update with Mr. Doherty, the guy that crashed his McLaren and pimped out OF hoes.